I'm going to be cooking spicy grilled pork chops with a lovely apple glaze and apples that are a bit past their sell-by date that you would probably be inclined to throw in the bin. So we're going to use those. First thing that we're going to do is do a spicy marinade for the pork chops. So I've got ground coriander, chili powder and a wee bit of paprika, not too much. If you can't get paprika, don't worry too much, just whatever you have in your cupboard. And that's the whole thing, it's not to be too, you know, if you don't have coriander and you've got cumin, do that. Don't go out and buy it and then just have it lying on the bottom of your cupboard, because they'll all work really well. I've marinated them already. So these are the pork chops from Spar. They're nice and thin, which is great for the barbecue, because if you have a big thick pork chop, by the time it cooks right through, you know, from a health and safety point of view, which you've got to be careful about, by the time it cooks through, you're going to have burnt on the outside and just about cooked in the middle. So what I did was mixed up the coriander, the paprika and the chili with a bit of oil and brushed it all over the chops. Left that in the fridge for a couple of hours. But the key thing when you're cooking meat in the barbecue is to bring it out about 20 minutes before you cook it on the barbecue, because if you bring it straight out of the fridge, cold meat, and lash it onto a hot barbecue, it'll just go whoa like that. So the thing is to bring it out for about 20 minutes. So we're going to cook that in the barbecue now. So as you can see, nicely marinated and they're already oiled. I'm going to do this on a grill, but the thing about it is same principle applies with the barbecue. Don't oil the grill, oil whatever meat, or else your whole kitchen will catch fire, which isn't really great. Okay, not your whole kitchen, but your pan will catch fire. Whereas this way, it's just a very light cook oil on it and we'll get that nice glaze. So straight onto the grill. Nice, and I've got this really hot as well, so just on like that. And as you get to barbecue, you'll get to know the hot points in the barbecue, so just put 3 onto that. A wee bit of salt on this. Another thing when you're barbecuing as well is when you put your meat onto the barbecue, leave it. Don't be inclination is to start poking at it, and that's when your meat falls apart and you don't get that lovely brown glaze. Now just when we're the wee glaze that I'm going to do, so we'll let those sit a minute. In here I've got some onions that I've already cooked off, a bit of onion, and then what we're going to do is do some apple. So we've got the apples and they're, as you can see, a wee bit wizened up, and just cut them in quarters, take out the core. Just going to make up a small amount of this. Chop up the apple into nice chunks, and again leave the skin on. Don't bother peeling it because it'll add a bit of colour and you get a nice bit of, because we're blending this, it won't really matter. So that goes into the onion. The heat up a wee bit. Have a wee look at the pork chops now. So to see them cooked in there nicely with that lovely glaze, and again the pork cooks lovely there. What we're going to do is just cook that down, add some water. So some vinegar and just some regular brown sauce. And again, if you've got white wine vinegar, use white wine vinegar. If you've got malt vinegar, use malt vinegar. I've just put vinegar in the recipe, so whatever you have in the cupboard. Cook that down. There's water in that, and that'll take about 20 minutes. Blend it up. You'll end up with this here, which is a lovely sort of glaze. And the great thing about this is you can take this, we're going to brush some on now. This will keep in the oven, keep in the fridge, and I put it in a jam jar. It's a good way of recycling. I always recycle my jam jars. Cut that on that side, and this, because the chops are nearly done, put them like there. Another wee bit on this side. This works better in the barbecue because all the sauce will drip down. Give it a nice... If you have a temperature probe, you could probe your, but I always sort of feel them. And I know to feel that now that they're almost ready. And the key at this stage is to do it one more side in this. Okay, and a wee bit of the sauce. Turn the grill off and just let that rest. You've got that lovely colour on it. There we are. Okay, the chops are cooked, and actually the most important part is to let them rest for a while. So there's always a wee ledge on your barbecue or maybe in the coal bit, and just leave them there just for about 5 minutes just to let them rest. And then got the nice glaze on them. I've done a wee bit of leaves here. Also what I did was just char grilled some scallions. Great way of, if you've got scallions that are a wee bit limp at the bottom of your fridge, trim them down, don't throw them up, don't throw them out. Wee bit of oil on them and straight onto the barbecue. It just actually livens them up a bit. So just going to do a nice pile of these chops. There you are, that one on top, okay. So there you are, those are the apple glazed, grilled spicy pork chops with an apple glaze. Again, using leftover apples that might be a wee bit wrinkled with a few blemishes, just cut them out. Onions, if you have onion that's maybe a wee bit not perfect, perfect for that. This is perfect for this here. And you get this lovely glaze at the end. Okay, lovely with chicken too.